Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to be talking about a topic that I think is really important, especially for people who are starting out or thinking of starting out as wedding planner. So I have 4 things that I want to emphasize that I think you need to think about before starting your event planning business. My name is Shile Bello, and I'm the owner of RAE Affairs, a wedding planning firm in the DC area. I started this platform, Ray Moments, as an opportunity for us to learn, share, and grow together as people who are creatives and as people who own and run event planning businesses. And so that's why I started it. So let's get right into it. What are 4 things that you need to think about? Now, this is not exhaustive in any way. There are lots of other things that you need to think about. However, I think that these 4 things are very important for you to think about when starting out. Number 1, I think that you need to shadow. So get a pen, get a paper or a computer, and I think that you need to write some points down. So you need to shadow other people who are successful as event planners. So I don't know what area you're from, I don't know where you're watching this, but I do know that I'm sure there are event planners in your area that you could reach out to. Take some time out, people you follow on social media, people that you've Googled, that you've pulled up on a search site, and reach out to them, send them an email, introduce yourself, be cordial. Don't just send an email saying, hi, I'm looking to be an event planner. Can I come shadow? No, introduce yourself. Put out kindness so you can receive kindness. Send them a message letting them know that you would love an opportunity to shadow and intern with them. Let them know what your intentions are. Don't just say, I want to intern with you, and then in the end, you actually really want to learn about their business. No, let them know, I would love an opportunity to learn. I'm thinking about starting an event planning business. I'm thinking about, I love events. I don't know where my place would be, but I would love the opportunity to come and shadow and work for you. Let them also know you're willing to work at no cost. I hope you're willing to work at no cost. If you're looking for an opportunity to learn, then you should be looking for that opportunity at no cost to them, because most people already have a team, they already have their own plans. And so some people are open to it and some people are not, because depending on the company, some people, their internship process is a bit more inclusive, and some people it's open to you. You can come and shadow as you want, but look at it as a way for you to learn something. So don't be shy, get yourself out there. And shadowing is a really amazing thing because you get to get your feet wet. Some people wake up one day and they're like, I want to be a wedding planner. I don't know why, for different reasons. You know, you watch the Wedding Planner movie. Hopefully that's not the reason you're starting out. But if you decide that this is something that you're interested in, getting to shadow someone allows you to really get the real experience, the behind the scenes, the information that you would not get in any classroom, you will get when you do that. Tip number 2, I think that the other thing you need to do is that you need to define your why. Why do I want to do this? This is so important. A lot of times people skip this step. You're just like, okay, I love to do events. I love events and I just want to do it. No, but pause, slow down. Why do I want to do this? Know your why. And I tell you this because I could speak from experience. I've been doing this for 9 years. And I'm so excited for my 10th year, guys. I'm going to talk about that in another webinar. But I've been doing this for 9 years, and I know that some days it gets difficult. Some days it gets hard. Some days you have sleepless nights. You're working so hard. And sometimes it could be overwhelming. So knowing your why and having it very clear. For me as a person, I do this because I know that I am called to serve. I believe that I'm the person who enjoys service and serving other people. And so even in days when it gets difficult, I remember my why. I remember that I come from a place of service and I love to serve other people. So I think it's important for you to define your why so that even in the good days and the bad days, your why motivates you. Also, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Is your why because it looks glamorous? Is your why because, you just see us eating cake every weekend and doing food tastings and that looks fun? I love cake. If you watch a lot of my content and my webinars and do my courses, you would find out that I use a lot of sweet tooth examples because I love cake. But anyway, moving on from the cake. But is that why you want to do it? Because it looks so fun? Or is it that it looks glamorous? We had the opportunity to do a lot of events out of the country. And so, you get to see us travel to all these fancy places, and we're going to Italy today and then Jamaica tomorrow. And it's like, this is fun. But is that your why? because that's not going to be your reality at all times. So you need to make sure you define, why do I want to do this? What about this do I like? Because there are different aspects of being an event planner. Everyone is not called to be a wedding planner. You might be called to do other types of events. So understanding your why, what you love about it, helps you hone in on your niche and what it is that you want to do as events are, in regards to what events are. Number 3 thing I think that you need to do is invest in yourself. Guys, I tell you, you need to invest in yourself. When I started out, one of the first things I did, even before I started my company, I said, I want to make sure that I'm taking this from a hobby. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy serving people, but I want to make sure that it's something I can actually do. Why do I say that? A lot of times we have skills. We have certain skills. It's like a singer, someone who can sing. You can sing to an extent, but once you say, I want to become a professional singer, it's a different ballgame. You then have to get classes. You then have to make sure that you're honing in on that skill. You're refining that skill. And that's really what it means when you say invest in yourself. So don't just jump right into it. Yes, you shadowed someone, and yes, you've defined your why, but you want to make sure you're able to refine those skills so that when you're stepping out with the right skills. I have courses that I offer. If you go to raymoments.com, you'll see a lot of my courses. I have a full master class that and gives you the information, all the information you need when you're starting out. But if you say to yourself, I want to pace myself and take a course here and a course there, that's available. I also have a lot of free resources and videos that you can watch because I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. But if you're even looking for a different type of opportunity, let's say you're not looking for something online, you can also reach out to community colleges. I took courses at community colleges when I started out. I've taken a lot of workshops and online courses as well, but I wanted to make sure that I got as much as I could. And so look into the community colleges in your area. A lot of them have non-credit courses that you can invest in and involve yourself in. And so I really, really think, guys, that you don't want to skip this step. Invest in yourself. When you invest in yourself, you're more likely to stay in it for the long run. If you don't invest in it, if you don't put your money where your mouth is, I'm sure you heard that, put your money where your mouth is, right? If you don't invest in it, you're not likely to continue. But I don't mean that you wouldn't succeed. I just mean that the push, when you put something down, you have a stake in it. So invest in yourself. And number four thing that I think you need to do is that you need to count the cost. Count the cost. Before you do anything, before a person builds a house, you count the cost. You figure out, is this something that I want to do? And it's important because being an event planner, like I mentioned, is not easy. It's not all fun and games. There are a lot of times you miss out days with your family. I have 2 kids, and I talk about that a little bit on some webinars. When you watch more of my content and get to know me more, you know more about my personal life. And I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old right now and a 2-year-old. I'm involved in ministry. I'm involved in a lot of things. And sometimes being an event planner means that I'm not always present for every moment. It means sometimes that my husband has to watch the kids on weekends when I'm off working. And so you have to count the cost and make sure, is this something that I can do in this time and season of my life? You have to make sure that if you're thinking this is the most financially lucrative business I would go into, it might not always be that from the start. And so you need to make sure you count the cost. Is this something that I'm able to do? Another thing is your mental health. It's high intensity at all times. You're expected to perform at the highest level at all times. So it's high stress, it's high intensity, but it's rewarding. I can tell you it's one of the most rewarding things that I've gotten to do for the last 9 years, and I'm thankful for it. But you need to make sure, is this something that I'm able to do? Is this something that I have the capacity to do? And so I really encourage you to take these 4 things to heart. Again, like I said, there are many more things that you need to think about when you're starting out, but these 4 things I feel like are helpful for you to think through. So what's number 1? Number 1 is you need to shadow and get yourself some experience. Get your feet wet, get your feet in the sand, Number 2 is that you need to define your why. Why am I doing it? Why do I want to do it? Define your why. I hope you guys wrote it down because I have my notes here. I hope you have your notes as well. So you need to define your why. Why do I want to do this? Number 3 is that you need to invest in yourself. You owe it to yourself to invest in yourself. And number 4 is that you need to count the cost. Before you build a house, you count the cost. That's just something you have to do. And I'm hoping that after you've done all these steps, amongst other things, that you get to a place where you say, you know what? I think I want to do this. And I really hope that you do want to do this. I encourage you to, like I said, go on greatmoments.com and make yourself available to all the information that's on there. And I also encourage you to follow me on social media at RAE Moments and get yourself involved in our community. We have a community. I think life is better when we do it together. So please join the community and follow along as well. I just want to say thank you so much for following along and watching this today. I really hope that you learned something new. I hope that you enjoyed me sharing a bit about my journey with you. And I really hope that you grow. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you make a difference. Thank you so much for watching.